Greetings, YouTube. Happy Thursday. You know, I have been saying ever since Act 6 came out that the economy of the game has changed. And some people have been like, what the heck does that mean? You sound like an economics professor, which I definitely am not. But what I mean by that is that Cavalier Crystals got the hands of more summoners, which is great in a lot of ways, access to 5 stars and now especially 6 stars easier, cheaper, and faster than ever. So, for example, I see openings all the time that are sent to me in the Line app where people are sending me 10 Cavalier Crystals where they get 1 or even 2 6-star champs. Just look at the bundle this week, the Wildfire bundle. The Wildfire bundle. It's hard to say in a lunch break on Thursday. The Wildfire bundle, which got some people 1 to 2 6 stars just from those 5 crystals. So the game knows, and they're smart, right? The marketing team knows that suddenly you have all these champs that you want to rank up, all these champs that you have easier access to pull than ever before. But the game has not changed the frequency of rank up materials very much. Getting, 3,000 or so Tier 5 basic every week in the Glory store with your Alliance Quest Glory still doesn't mean you're going to be able to take a 5-star quickly to rank 5 or a 6-star to rank 2. And Tier 2 alphas are still very rare as well. You can't easily get the materials to take champions up without spending a ton of units to grind out content, unless you have, of course, one of the best rosters in the game. And even then, probably have to use at least a few units still to 100% explore the content. So with that being said, Kabam knows that from now on, their money is mostly going to be made for people who are Cavalier with rank up materials. And what they're doing with today's offer is setting an unbelievably high price tag, though I'm not entirely shocked, for what it's going to be to eventually get that 6-star that you have been so excited to pull up to rank 3. And the amount of money that they are putting on this figure right now, even if you get the RNG and Tier 5 Class Callus Fragment Crystals to land your way, is truly shocking. We're talking about the kind of price tag that makes buying a new car look cheap, that makes living in, London or New York City look reasonable per month. That is no exaggeration what we're about to talk about. So let's talk about the first part of this offer, because I do think for the average summoner, and by average I mean like the person who's Cavalier or uncollected but isn't the whale, right? This is actually a decent offer. It's not amazing, but it's also not terrible. Let me explain. 2,500 units is somewhere between $50 and $100 worth of units. It's definitely closer to $100. I would say it's about $80 worth of units conservatively. So for $80 in the game, you should get about 1.5 Tier 2 alphas at this point. Tier 2 alphas right now are going for about $50 a piece in most offers, especially cash offers. Though unit offers, typically you expect to pay a little more because these are offers that free-to-play players can take advantage of, whereas the cash ones, of course, they can't. And then as far as the Tier 5 basic Callus Fragments, we've seen a slight increase. It used to be that they expected you to pay 3,100 units, or at least 3,000 units, for 9,000 Tier 5 basic Callus Fragments. They've lowered the unit price in this first deal by 5 to 600 and given you an additional 2,250 worth of Tier 5 basic Callus Fragments instead. So that is a slight improvement. So you get less Tier 2 alpha, but you get more Tier 5 basic. Because of that, I would give this deal, this first tier, a C+. It is slightly above average for Tier 5 basic, but it's also slightly below average for Tier 2 alpha. So you're kind of doing a trade-off in a sense with the asking price. But that is not really the takeaway in this video. The takeaway is when you look at the second tier of this bundle, the superior Tier 5 Callus bundle, because this jacks the price up basically $200 worth of units. And for $200, you only get, and this is the shocking part, 13,500 more Tier 5 basic Callus Fragments for more than double the additional price. For that jump, you should get a fully formed Tier 5 basic, right? But why are they not giving you more Tier 5 basic Callus Fragments? Because they are expecting you to care most about the 2% Tier 5 Class Callus Fragment Crystals, which means even if you do the impossible and get all of the same class of the Tier 5 Class Callus Fragment Crystal, that'll only give you 10% of a Tier 5 Class Catalyst. So because of that, 10% for $200, right? So we can do the math, like we can all do the math, right? So it's $200 for 10%. So that's $2,000 if everything goes your way, and it won't, to take a 6-star to rank 3. But let's be realistic. You could easily not get, like say I wanted to take my Corvus to rank 3. I could easily not get a single one of these Tier 5 Class Catalyst Fragment Crystals to land on Cosmic. And then I've just spent $200 to not get anywhere close, or at least closer, to getting my 6-star to rank 2. I've blown $200 at the Marvel Contest of Champions Casino to get bankrupt on Cosmic T5 CCs. Make no mistake about it. This kind of price tag is only reserved for those with the deepest of pockets that swim in the deepest of whale oceans. And besides that, for $200, they should also give, I would say, probably at least 4 Tier 2 alphas. But regardless, this needs to be, I would have said, at least 25,000 Tier 5 basic Catalyst fragments, if not 30,000 Tier 5 basic Catalyst, and also 500,000 gold. Are you kidding me? This should be like 2 million gold for $200. It should be 1 million gold per $100 of units spent, or $100 cash. So the second offer is like such a high-priced F that it's hard to even calculate the average value for somebody, because these aren't even, of course, guaranteed fragments that you can use on the champion of your choice. These are the crystals that are 1 out of 6 class-based RNG. So unless you somehow have a amazing 6-star of each class at rank 2, which I don't know anybody that does, that you can, no matter what, have something to take them to rank 3 at some point, this is just an insane price tag. For the average RNG that you need to guarantee enough of these 2% Tier 5 Class Catalyst Fragment Crystals to take a 6-star to rank 3. And this is just for the rank up material of the fully formed Tier 5 Class Catalyst. That is not counting the Tier 2 Alphas, the Tier 5 Basic, or the other materials needed. You could easily have Kabam argue that they think to take a 6-star to rank 3, it should cost you over $10,000. And that is American dollars. That is not compared to what you would spend in Canada or Australia or India or other countries where the currency rates are far worse. I am just stunned that this is where the game is going. I think it is so money hungry for, I'm sure having a 6-star to rank 3 is going to be great, right? Like you might have a PI of 16, maybe even 17,000. Maybe your attack and your health is going to be insane. But you also can get that pretty close with Suicides on and with some boosts, which are a lot easier to get and far less expensive than $10,000. So I'm a bit worried about the future of 6-stars. Kabam is making this to where, unless you're Bill Gates, you're not going to be able to keep up. And that's why I tell summoners all the time, trying to keep up and have the best roster is a fool's game. You're just going to be chasing a goalpost that always gets extended. So if you really, really, really want to do something for your account, slow down, enjoy fighting with the champions that you have. Don't worry about ranking up 6-stars right away. Shoot, even if you have 5-stars that just rank 4, just have some fun. But this is becoming literally something that might cost tens of thousands of dollars just to take a 6-star to rank 3. And that's insane, right? Tens of thousands of dollars. That's like I bought a house, right, in the past year for $70,000. I could say that by the end of having to take a Corvus to rank 3, that could cost like a third of my house's mortgage. The fact that that sentence even exists is nuts. It sets such a dangerous precedent for the future of taking a 6-star to rank 3. Kabam, I know this is the first time we've seen these, but I'm just shaking thinking about this, especially for the average player, like your consumer base. They're not all millionaires. They're not even like all thousandaires. They might be all McDonald's chicken nuggets heirs, for all I know. By the way, not throwing shade on those chicken nuggets. They're pretty dang good. But regardless, what do you think about this? What do you think about the precedent that this sets for the price tag of Tier 5 Class Catalyst Fragment Crystals? Comment below, let me know. And as always, thanks for watching and supporting my Marvel Contest of Champions YouTube channel. And thank you so much to everybody who has read the article that I posted that my university did on me on my community page. The feedback that you've given me is truly inspiring and motivating, and really just helps me know that despite the trolls and the haters and everybody else out there, that there are still plenty of people who enjoy my channel, and I can help you save money and save units, and that is why I do these kind of videos. So I will continue to do this for years to come. God willing, the game exists, and I exist on this planet to review the offers. Thanks for watching again, YouTube. Have a great Thursday.